Here's what stinks. The stream didn't actually go down. StarCraft just crashed, which caused there to be a little hiccup, I guess, in the processor. So, looks like we're back online. It's okay. You didn't need to see the rest of that game. The rest of that game was not that cool. Wasn't that cool? Wasn't that cool? He just won. He just won it, okay? He just was like, oh, I have a death ball and I'll kill you. And then he killed him. Because the most important law of StarCraft 2 is that the best counter to something confusing is just to go fucking kill him. What is he doing? I don't know. I killed him. He's dead. Alright, let's go into game 3. Now, imagine you're soO. You're down 0-2, and it's time to do something sexy. It's time to do something. Actually, let's be more honest. This is a time when you might be a little scared. You might be a little frightened. soO has no fear. soO is going to do a build order that is really slick. You may have seen Scarlet do. But soO is going to do this build order in a long-term way. soO's going to early expand to the enemy base. To the enemy base. Alright, what does soO do? soO quickly gets up a spawning pool. Zest gets in, he sees a spawning pool. And he's wondering, wait, what? soO, no shame. Zero shame at all. Meanwhile, in Camp Zest, Zest is doing the sexy cut all corners build, right? Where he's like getting up his nexus and his gateway. Ooh, all slick. A lot of times there's like, you know, cannons and stuff here, as you might imagine. And you will also reimagine that cannons would be bad at deflecting buildings. Okay, cool, we're on the same page. Now, typically what happens is the Zerg player spine crawler pushes. Typically. Also note that soO, as quick as possible, AQAP, got all the way to 12 drones at this particular expansion to ensure that he could have maximum production. So this is good by Zest. He's doing the counterattack. But, I mean, look at this sexiness from soO. While advancing forward to this front line, what we're going to see out of soO is he double gasses in his main base. What? He goes ahead and he builds the hatch, cancels it. When Scarlet did this build, Scarlet put creep tumors here and then walked forward with the spines here. soO doesn't have time for that. soO is ready to apply pressure. Now look in the production. It's drones. It's queens and drones and just some lings and all sorts of other scary things. Layer goes down. Why? Why would the layer go down? Every single thing that you'll be seeing today has a two-step process to it. There was that Blink Stalker play that then followed up with a clean third base long-term attack later on down the line. What would possibly break a spine crawler push? If you said an Immortal, perfect thought process, love it. Would a Stargate do it? Hell no, the Stargate wouldn't do a damn thing. So soO is just going to be getting up spine crawlers. No problem. Going straight for the Hydralisk Den. This is so smart. He's anticipating that Zest will be building Immortals. Looks like the stream remained down for some of you, but stayed online for others. So, well, I guess we'll have just an awkward cut on YouTube. I'm sorry. StarCraft keeps it crashing. The important thing that's going on right now is that... oh, who force fields buildings? Zest does, successfully. So whereas most people would use this spine crawler play as an all-in to hope to win, soO did nothing but drone behind to get Hydralisks up as fast as possible. In other words, you do a really hard play, a really big attack with the spines, and then you immediately counter what the intelligent response would be. The intelligent response is Immortals and other assorted pastries. So the Hydralisks are being massed up. Now, Zest is being a badass by, like, building pylons every which way and trying to harass and trying to do his best and killing off workers, not in large numbers. Mr. soO, who likes to tickle us with his tantalizing and titillating strategies. Getting ready to move out. And he's gonna slay him. Alright, excellent, excellent work. And that's GG. Okay, I'm gonna speed this up. Because we want to get through another game before the break. Now, some of you didn't see that at all because the stream crashed. Watch this. I'm going to close StarCraft 2, and let's make sure it doesn't crash again. Just to restate what I loved so much about that last game, we saw the big all-in looking play. Take the opponent's gold, build the spine crawlers outside of Protoss's base and contain with them. But soO did this in an economic way. soO got the gases behind. He was droning the whole time. He was not committed to trying to win it with that push. Instead went for the Hydralisk follow-up. I thought that was rather smart. Alright, let's open up replays. Come on, replays, open up. Okay, we got to go to game number 4. Has a very similar cadence to this game. Yes, I want you to log back offline. That is cumbersome. StarCraft 2, get online! Do you want to watch this replay? Get offline! Did you finish watching the replay? Get back online again! Now, do you want to watch another replay? Get offline! I don't really know why I have to jump through so many hoops, but we'll do it. Such hoop jumping will occur. soO manages to pull out a nice happy time win time. Oh, yeah. And this is going to be Zest's opportunity to pull off a nice play. Now, this is a map that I would generally look at and say, there's not a lot of neat tactical points, except like this one. Right? I can do damage here and blink up into the main base, right? I mean, I don't really know how useful that is, this ridge, because, I mean, where's my warping in? I'm gonna have to warp in from up here. And I'm all the way down here. Ugh. Yeah, that doesn't seem very reliable. I mean, do I want to try to walk my Blink Stalkers up this way? And then up? It seems actually very unlikely that I will ever have my Stalkers here to be able to get up. So, I looked at this map, and I don't really see anything amazingly formed. I see that this is something I could take advantage of. I can be a little bit more defenseless. I can be a little bit more powery, because this is an easy thing. But I'm probably going to be going for just long-term basic strategic play, taking more bases, denying his bases, all the standards. But let's watch Zest be the best. Right? Why did I say you probably will never be over here? Because it's hard to get your whole army up here when you're all the way over here. I mean, to have to do this general motion means that your Zerg player can just walk straight to your main. I mean, this is an easy counterattack if this is the attack path. But let's see what Zest to do, shall we? Zest does a 1, 2, 3 punch. That just eats soO for lunch. What's soO doing? What he always does. Getting 3 bases and going double gas. Close to 6 minutes. Doodle-doodle-doo. Ultra fast robo. Where is it? Where's the robo? Found it. Found the robo. Okay, so what's happening in soO's mind? He's going to be able to see exactly what's up. He sees the very fast robo. He sees the gateways. I mean, I describe this as like a disaster case. Zest can do a number of strategies, like the Soul Train, just Chrono Boost out Immortals and get ready to go all in. But instead we get this Warp Prism. Now, from a strategy perspective, something was going wrong when I saw this happening. What is the path to get to the ramp? Oh, it's this path. Look at this path. This is a bad path to go through. Now, on a map like Habitation Station, it's really easy to wander the warp prism across the top of the map and then go straight for the ramp, warp in and slay. Newkirk Precinct, very easy to just walk along the bottom of the map. It's so easy to get to this ramp. But here, I mean, this is an awkward path. So I'm like, wait, do you expect me to buy that you are going to try to do this to go for the ramp? What? I thought that this was a weird opening. And Zest did this in a very weird way that made it work. 3 gateways. Going down right away. Right away. Hey-oh. Twilight Council coming up. Even weirder to me to see this. Because, like, 99 times out of 100, if you're going to go Warp Prism, you're probably going to go Colossus. Why? I mean, why would you do this? I mean, you're slowing down your blink. And you look like you want to be aggressive, right? Well, so, first what happens is this puts soO in a weird quandary. Because soO is aware that he's got to build dudes. So he does. He dudes up. Straight dude time. Metabolic boost. He's got his layer coming. He's got his macro hatch coming. He's got his economy looking just fantastic. Close to 60 drones. What is he going to do? Well, Zest, first and foremost, is just going to do some itsy-bitsy harassment. Notice that this is not super early, but it's going to be strong because there's +1, and because it's, like, unusual. Most of the time, Warp Prisms are trying to hit this. And we see that there were some units down here that, okay, they can respond, but soO now gets to make, or excuse me, Zest gets to make a judgment call. Zest gets to look at this and go, well, dude, do I want to keep warping in? Do I want to retreat? He can retreat at any time. And soO, just quite frankly, makes a little bit of a miscalculation. What if soO had not made a miscalculation? Well, no problem. Zest just picks up and continues to do his thing. Look at this. He's just doing his thing. He's just hanging out like a chill bro. Right? Meanwhile, back home, stuff's getting warped in. Stuff's doing its good stuff. soO's continuing to pump things out of these extra hatcheries, and we see yet another brilliant tactic coming up. Look at Zest. Zest now is continuing to threaten the ramp. If this had a sentry in it, there would be nothing that this could happen. What the hell was that sentence? This could be nothing that this could happen? Did I say that? Ugh, God, it must be Thursday. If this Warp Prism had a sentry in it, this Warp Prism would be unable to do anything. It would be screwed. It would be a paperweight in the sky because it has roaches faster than the Warp Prism, hugging it hard. But here comes cool chill bro Zest with one of the later Blink Stalker attacks that you ever will see. But tactically, it's going to be done real fancy. Notice how gently Zest moves out. He's not beelining by any means. This is not a fast push. This is a tactically sound push. So then suddenly Zest, who's all the way over here, why does this make sense? Because Zest has functionally sacrificed defense at the front. He's sacrificed any hope of ever taking a third. Zest is basically all in. And so when I was watching this, I was like, whoa, yeah, right? This is pretty cool. It's just your general good Blink Stalker attack. Blink Stalker Sentry is almost always good. But here's what's going to make this good strategy great. We just see Zest begin to calmly blink up to the high ground, and oh! What are the only things that he would likely be up against? Roaches and Zerglings. Therefore, Roaches and Zerglings are going to all be down here. Gives plenty of time to do warp-ins up here. See you later, alligator. Yeah, force field down there. Get a few extra little tasty roach tacos. Mmm, yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's gloriously, victoriously. How long have we been going? 20 minutes! Let's do another one. I think that that is so cool. We've seen 2 games now where Zest is essentially looking at a map and saying, what tactical bullshit can I pull off? And then he has a build that is all guided towards that. Think about the game on Deadwing. What did we see Zest do? He opened with hyper-fast Warp Gate. Not hyper-fast Blink, hyper-fast Warp Gate to ensure that soO would be scared to get a layer. And then we saw him go Blink, so he could get this attack going and be up against slow stuff. In this game, what would make the Blink successful? The fact that it could pop up into the main, and maybe a force field at the main can happen. So the entire build has got the Warp Prism in there. Slick little play. Very slick little opening. Let's go into the next game. Oh, set 5. King's Sejong Station. Oh my god, it sounds like my laundry just got done. That's what that doot is all about. Okay. I'm gonna take a talking break. I've been talking a lot in this show today, and in shows in general, but especially today. Chat is silent. Chat is eerily quiet today. Ooh. Hi, chat. Hi. Hello. How are you? Everyone's enwrapped, admiring soO versus Zest. soO is down. He is 1-3, about to say GG. Never to be seen again. Oh, there's everyone's hi. I think he actually tries to block here. I don't remember what happens. No, he just scouts. I know he does the sweet block on merry-go-round. Merry-go-round. This is the only game that I would dare say describe as standard in this whole damn thing, which is why I'm relatively comfortable blasting through it at warp speed. Now this is kind of cool. We've been seeing Scarlet do some nifty things with 2 base plays here, but soO is just getting fast Zergling speed. Why? There's just, like, too much space to deal with on this map. There's, like, space down here, and there's, like, space over here that you gotta deal with, and there's, like, all these areas, and there's places up here where people like to hide Stargates and stuff. And soO does some stuff that might look a little unique and crazy, like getting really fast +1 Zerglings, but it's just a way to say, dude, come on, don't take a third, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Be cautious taking a third, man. We see no Stargate play. Layer. I mean, what do you want me to say, huh? He's going for a layer with roaches and another macro hatch. This guy got some gateway units and took a third. Man, you've seen this before. You know this. Zest is getting a robo facility. Zest is doing no BS toss. He's doing, I'm not messing around. I'm not cute. I don't get Stargate units. I don't go for harassment, man. I attack. Very basic moves. Throw out tons of sentries that are great for defense. Walk them halfway across the map and recall just in time to be at 100 energy. Right? So this is just so basics. I don't even think I should have shown this game. This is just the most by-the-book game in the whole world. So what happens if you have prepared a whole bunch of defense for the attack that never came? Go for Aspire. Get up your additional expansions. And apply pressure. Why Spire? We haven't seen a Stargate. One of the great things about getting a big ol' mass army on this map is the fact that you can do stuff like this. See you later, Roach. And pop. Never underestimate the power of obnoxious counterattacking. Right? If any Protoss player said, hey Sean, what's something that I should do every single game and just get comfortable and increase my win rate, it would be this. Your 8-gate with your Stargates, excuse me, your 8-gate with your Robo, and when you're thinking about moving out, for God's sake, get Stargates blinder than a mole rat, man. If you're Zerg, what do? Well, if you haven't seen any sort of Stargate, feel free to be a little more aggressive with your Mutalisks and aggressive about building Mutalisks. I mean, it's just so intuitive for someone who's done 730 of these. And in usual fighting style, the Roachling are fantastic at just buying a little bit of time. Kind of cool moves, using the Mutalisks aggressively to pick off the sentries. We don't really see that too often because it's so easy to backfire. And at this point in time, I was like, oh, yeah, soO might lose. soO might be dead right here. But the killing of all the sentries kind of helps. The number of Colossus is still kind of low. I think this is a very smart recognition from soO. As he begins, he just continues to build roaches in this mix. I think that's very, very nice little play. If you're going to Ling Muta, you are more mobile, so feel free to counterattack, as soO does. I mean, this is... The analysis that I would want to do for this would be longer to do it justice. But what I'm going for is, like, key moment stuff. And quite frankly, there's no real key moment. There's not, like, soO going, dude, I'm just going to go for a counterattack-based build. This is very much so nuanced judgment calls that change from game to game, and though that's a very, very interesting topic, it's not something that can be suitably done in a 4-minute analysis. Therefore, admire these guys base trading their little butts off, and watch with pleasure as soO tracks down every last probe that ever did see the light of day. Here's the only two. Okay. Really cool game. To imagine soO on the verge of losing this and being ejected from the tournament. Ooh. Ooh. That would be terrifying. So Zest, upon completing this Nexus, is like, alright, I've got an idea. Abandon the Nexus. I don't think he even knows about this top base. He's just looking for anything he can. Oh, there's still that there. Oh no. Uh-oh. Quickly, build a Nexus in the wild. In front of a Zergling at a watchtower. Quickly. Oh. 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 I don't know if anyone has any specific questions about these sort of base tradey things, but I think that's probably the best way to deal with this sort of match. So type something in the chat if you so desire. We'll take a little question-y doodah. More expansions from soO in sneaky, slippery locations. Uh-oh. Ever split an army up against a Zerg player? Ever regret it? Uh-oh. Oh, no. Ah. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool. See if there's any questions that anyone wants to ask about that game. I don't know. I find that to be a very typical looking game that's really interesting, but is just a Ling Muta versus relatively low Phoenix base trade. I'm waiting for the chat to catch up. Let's answer those questions when we come back from break, shall we? Oh, no, wait. Beatrix says, Day 9, she said that Nimbus is very good for Protoss against Zerg. However, I find it's very hard in PvT due to the many drop angles. How do you suggest a Protoss play on Nimbus? Aggressive, passive, cheesy? I feel like it's only really scary at that backdoor base, so, I mean, just stock it up and watch the hell out of the minimap. I think that there's another thing to be watchful of, which is to be aggressively poking and trying to find where the main army's at. Because if you don't see a main army staying active against you, there's probably a drop coming somewhere there. Alright, we're going to take a break. Well, actually, wait, let me see here. Okay, it's Fear Dragon 64. Oh, hi. Hi, Fear Dragon. Hello. Dana, base trades, do you have any advice for scouting your opponent's hidden bases when you have the less mobile force? It depends on how much money you have, for sure. I think that, generally speaking, moving to the closest and easiest bases is just kind of what you are committed to do, and to not be scared to find the base quickly. Let's work under the assumption that your Zest, or let's work under the assumption that you have the stronger army. The stronger army. I mean, if you can obviously do hallucinations, if you have phoenixes, you can obviously send those out, but I don't think that there is a need to scout it out fast. Like, if I were this player, what I might do is do some pushing out like this to try to get the main army out of the way and maybe pick up some value here. So I would sort of push down here and find this army and shove a little bit, and then I'd be like, oh, alright, I'm going to go this way because this is just closest, and I'm going to go this way. And when I do moves like this, actually I'll do it on this mini-map. If you make a move like this way to push the army out like this, then you can often send a single scout here, and that same single scout can go like this, and pretend that this trapezoid is where the main army is. So, right, main army goes like this to see an enemy army over here. With the main army here, then just boom, scout, pull the scout back to the main army and pull back. And let's say you see the main army coming down here. You push your main army this way and then go, yoop, scout, whoop. So, I mean, a lot of it is just scouting behind where the enemy army is. So here's my army, here's the enemy army, and I'm just going to keep walking towards this and pushing and trying to zone this army and scouting back that way. And if you really cannot do that, then yeah, just move your main army to whole bases. Don't do scout, assume there's a base there and just go. And of course what I'm just describing is functionally you're in really bad shape. So there's not a lot of right answers there, but that is the least wrong. When we come back, we're going to do games 6 and 7, because they're very cool.